shadow. You shall not!
Welcome everyone to another episode of Alan Lu Toy Review. Today, I'm going to share with you my illuminating Gandalf Staff from The Hobbit, while Lou is going to share with you his Sauron figure. So, let's get started. So this is a little funny to me as I'm basically describing to you a stick, but what I really have in my hand is a beautifully detailed wizard staff. Not just any staff, but Gandalf's. It measures 73 inches long and is amazingly detailed. It's made of plastic, but honestly, it could fool anyone into thinking it's real wood. Now here on the side of the staff is Gandalf's G-Ruin, etched into the neck of the staff. Now just below the crown are some little bits and pieces that kind of break the illusion. As you can probably tell, that little nub is the button that illuminates the staff. As we make our way down, you can see some caps and where the two of the three pieces of the staff meet. Yes, some assembly was required. Here are the instructions that came with the staff. As you can see, it came in three pieces. Alright guys, now that we've taken a good look at the staff and there's some light, let's see what it looks like in the dark as we make our way through the mines. Alright everyone, I'm in a pitch black room here, and let's get some light. Beautiful glow. Beautiful glow. Let's see, if I have my hands about, I don't know, maybe 7 inches from the staff, you can see that it's illuminating my hand. Move my hand away a little bit and the light doesn't reach anymore. So it's definitely a glow, not a very powerful light whatsoever, but it's definitely a beautiful effect. And there you have it. Gandalf's illuminating staff by Noble. And here is where our fellowship ends. I must stay here in the coziness of the Shire, while you must make your way towards Mordor, where Lou and Sauron await.
Hey, look! The Dungeons and Dragons ride! Wow, neat!
Give me a break.
I don't like this!
Whoa! What's happening?
Whoa!
Where are we? Look out!
Fear not, stranger. Barbarian, magician, thief, cavalier, and acrobat. That was Venger, the force of evil. I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
Awesome review, Al. I love the enthusiasm and creativity that you poured into it, and I hope to be able to feed off of that for this second half. Now, while you took us on a journey through the eyes of Gandalf, I will focus on his nemesis, the powerful and conniving Sauron. Created by Toybiz, this Sauron version is a faithful representation of the Second Age Sauron, as seen in the prologue of the first movie of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He stands at an impressive 11 inches tall, and in addition to this impressive height, this figure is intricately detailed throughout, sports a cloth cloak, comes with the mace you see here, a ring on his finger, and speaks 4 phrases from the movie, complete with glowing, menacing red eyes. On a side note, The One Ring is removable if the fingers are dislodged. And another note is that it can easily be lost. However, the creators realized this and had the foresight to include 4 additional One Rings within the packaging. As you can see here, I only have 3 left because I lost 1. Speaking of the packaging, I'd like to pause for a second and take a quick look to show the interior of the packaging. Notice that the inside wall of the package sports a beautiful map of Middle-earth, and someone who is clever enough can actually pull this out and use it as a backdrop for Sauron when you display him. Now back to the figure. The figure has at least 13 points of articulation, that being in his ankles, knees, hips to move his legs forward and side to side, and to bend a little forward and backwards, wrists, elbows, ball joints, and ball joint neck. And, as mentioned previously, the fingers are removable to mimic Sauron's finger being cut off by Isildur. Unfortunately, there is no waist movement nor finger adjustments to be made on this figure. As an example, you can see how the legs move back and forth and a little side to side. But if you try to move his waist, there is no waist movement. So you get this straight look, straight up and down. And speaking of his fingers can be dislodged, like so. And you put the ring on. You can put the ring right there, and it goes right back in here. Again, be very careful with this because you can easily lose that ring, and you really don't want to lose that. Anyhow, while this figure does have some decent articulation, it is heavy, and it can have some difficulty standing on its own. So you might need a figure stand such as the one I have displayed, just to ensure that he stays put. Finally, we have the electronic voice, which speaks only 4 phrases from the movie. When speaking, Sauron's eyes light up a bright red and flickers with the voice. The voice function can be accessed by a little pressure plate on his back. However, when pressed, he randomly, and I have to emphasize randomly, speaks 4 different phrases from the movie. Now let me show you it here, and hopefully we'll get the 4 random ones in a row and not just happen to get repeats. However, they seem to repeat quite a bit. Here we go. Well, what do you know? I got lucky there and got the 4 different speaking parts. However, it doesn't always happen. And there you have it. A quick review of this Sauron action figure. And just for size representation, I have both the Lord of the Rings box set and Treebeard shown. As you can see, Sauron actually towers over Treebeard. So if you're looking for something to scale, this might not be it for you. However, it can be the perfect centerpiece to your collection. Hope you enjoyed this review, and until next time, keep collecting, my precious.
Alright guys, during the commercial break we saw the intro to the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, but before Dungeon Master could announce each character's attribute, do you remember what these characters would become? Ranger, Barbarian, Magician, Thief, Cavalier, and Acrobat. I remembered.